Unlike every YouTuber ever, you will not see a ukulele apology from me for my distaste and disapproving nature against Corvus Corax. Me and Bird Boy got some beef. Quite frankly, I usually approach these video topics with a sense of sophistication and even a little bit of elegance, if you will, which is unheard of for Angron's calmest son. So I'm sitting here and I'm contemplating, I'm thinking, what would Connor like to talk about today? Curious. May I talk about Kingmaker? I can make a book review about Kingmaker, which will happen soon. Kingmaker's a really good book. What about perhaps, I don't know, the second part of the Word Bearers Omnibus? That's really good. Marduk is like a really funny character. But then a thought occurred to me late at night. It's 3 a.m. I'm having a very strange dream. I'm a space marine. I'm a loyalist. Very strange. And I'm trekking across some unknown planet, and who do I see? Corvus Corax. And then I wake up furious because I can't stand that little piece of bird shit. So let's think. I've read about roundabout 30 books, including the Heresy, including other books, current time, not current, So I could approach this from a leveled perspective. I could say, one of the things I don't like about Corvus Corax is the hypocrisy. The man who claims to fight, the good fight for freedom and whatnot, yet serves under a very tyrannical and more often than not, oppressive system that is the Imperium. But then he had the thought that, you could justify this by saying, once the Great Crusade's over, or in a more stable condition, maybe he can talk to the Emperor and fix the lack of care for humanity. By the way, if you hear all that, that's rain. It's absolutely pouring where I am right now. So yes, I could approach this very intellectually. However, I'm a world eater, and you have clicked my channel, or you're a subscriber, and you want to see Connor's raw, unfiltered emotion. And you're about to see it, because I absolutely, utterly don't like Corvus Corax. Is it for an intelligent reason? Do I have legitimate reasons to dislike Corvus Corax, besides maybe the one thing I just mentioned? No. Have I read anything Raven Guard material? No. The only Raven Guard I could mention ever is Shadowkin. That's it. He's the only one I like. He's cool. Is Corvus Corax cool? No. Are the, Space Sharks cool? Sure. Are they Raven Guard? I guess, maybe, who knows? But I can't stand Corvus Corax. Maybe for the one hypocritical, legitimate reason I mentioned. But I think out of all the Primarchs, the dude is just lame. I can't stress why. I can't really give you an actual reason. I used to think, Logar by far, one of the lamest Primarchs. I start reading Word Bearers. I'm like, Word Bearers are actually kind of cool. I like them a lot. World Eaters? Best ever. If you're not a World Eaters fan, then clearly you're not a Warhammer fan. Am I right or am I right? Sure. Thousand Suns? You like to play, Baldur's Gate, you like to pick, you're a wizard or a sorcerer. Fine. All well and good. I think sorcery's cool. Sure. You're an Iron Warrior? Okay. You're kind of teetering on the edge. You're getting there. But let's keep going. Who else? Mortarion? Death Guard are alright. They're cool, I guess. Fulgrim? Yeah, I like the Emperor's Children, sure. I could keep going. I thought they were all lame or cool at some point. My opinions fluctuate, but the only thing that remains consistent is my utter disdain for Corvus Corax. But I know what you're thinking. Connor, why don't you read some Raven Guard stuff? Why don't you read any of maybe the Siege? Guys, there's some really cool Raven Guard stuff. No. Raven Guard are so good at stealth that they oftentimes just get forgot by other fans because that's how good they are. I forget they're relevant. I'm sorry. If you're taking it seriously, I don't actually despise them. But I do think legitimately, though, that Corvus Corax, out of all the Primarchs, loyal or not, kind of the most boring. Sure, you could say it about Gilliman. Gilliman's, this dude just does, he's like an accountant, but in a warrior god's body. Sure, But we also have some recency bias, seeing as how he was the only Primarch currently, or was currently in the setting, that was loyal. Besides, now we have the Lion, and they're probably going to bring back Dorn, even though I don't really want them to bring back Dorn. Not a big fan of that. What's Corvus been doing? Sure, if we're going by the memes, he's been stalking, Logar in his tower while he's, in self-opposed exile learning Enuncia. All well and fine. Yeah. Cool. Memes are fine. I like to see it once in a while where Corvus is like a demon crow and harassing Logar, and Logar's afraid. He's like, ooh, shiver me timbers. But that's not what's going on, is it? No, it's not. It's quite frankly not. Logar has and is active in the setting right now. I don't know if a lot of people know that. I'm sure they do. But again, if you're really only getting your news from memes and YouTubers who kind of cut out most of the actual relevance and stuff pertaining to Corvus, sure, he's terrorizing Logar and he's a demon. What is Corvus actually doing? Just hunting word bears and other chaos people in the Eye of Terror. Okay. Corvus could be doing anything else that would actually be impactful and interesting to the setting. I think he could be utilized elsewhere. Maybe you shouldn't want to have him in the current setting. Maybe you wouldn't want to have him active in the Imperium. Maybe he'd be more interesting as a almost neutral force in the setting that clearly just despises chaos but won't actively support the Imperium. I think that would be fine. In fact, I would even lean towards that as being entertaining. I would probably go for that. I think that's cool. But what is he doing now? Fuck all. For, to say it in World Eater elegance, he's not doing much of anything. But, what are the other Primarchs doing? The Lions, gearing up to meet Guilliman, and I'm sure, as most people have theorized, Guilliman will obviously stay toward the Administratum and probably foresee, for the foreseeable future, do the day-to-day, logistics and such. And the Lion will probably do crusading stuff, as is what he's really good at. Dorn, I'm sure will come back. Not really happy about that. Vulcan too. I'm pretty sure they're gearing up for most of the Primarchs to come back. I'm gonna assume, because that's my theory at least. The Traitor Primarchs are, for better word, pretty active. Motarian was active. Plague Wars, boom. Recently, Bobby G just decided to slash, the Garden of Nurgle, which inflicted, an emotional wound on Nurgle. First time we've ever seen a Chaos guy get hurt. Boom, done. Fulgrim's probably going to be active in the setting very, very soon. Perturabo was doing some stuff with Vashtor and Hansu. I know that's a thing. Magnus was doing something recently. Not really sure, but this was probably a while ago. I'm not caught up on that. Logar's active. You get what I'm saying, though. Listen, I can only say it so many times. I'm not going to stretch the whole video out. I don't like Corvus Corax, but it's not because of any fundamental important narrative reason. It's not an educated reason. It's a personal reason. He could be so much more interesting, I think. I think the way his character and his origins are set up, compelling, right? There's Batman, right? There's Conrad Kurz, wannabe Batman, and then there's actual Batman, Corvus. He could be a lot better. But he's not, and I hate him for it. Sorry, and you know what? Here, anybody in the comments wants to defend him, go for it. Maybe I'll even read some Raven Guard stuff. You want to drop some other Primarchs who you think are in Corvus's boat or should be replaced with Corvus or replace Corvus? Go for it too. I would like to hear it. I will listen. I will read. Listen, I read everything. I read everything that everyone says. I will do it. So other than that, you know how I feel about Corvus Corax now, but other than that, I am now out of here.